Okay, here is our assignment for today for September 12th. Okay, we're going to find the sides of right triangles and review prior learning. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, make sure you open a document for translations. Okay, and make sure you make a copy of it, right? So you're going to go File, make a copy, and then when you do, you can do the translation. Okay, so you go to Tools, Translate. Choose a language, whatever you want to choose, translate. Okay, so you should know how to do this by now, but that will translate it into your language if you need to do that. Okay, so they translate. But let's go back to this one. Okay, so we've got that. You are watching the video, and what we're going to learn about today, let's go ahead and open the assignment in Kami. So click that to download it. Okay, mine downloads over here. Yours will download over that. You'll see something. And then you're going to open up Kami. And you're going to go to my computer, find it. I find mine there. You'll find yours under download. If you can't find it, please ask me. Where'd mine go? So there we go. Okay. And then now we can mark it up. Okay, so here's the assignment. And the first, okay, so let's see. We gotta go bold. Hold on, I want to make this bold. Sorry, so let me go back over here. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and read this, what we're doing today, determining the sides of a right triangle, what we've done yesterday, and also what the first 5 questions are going to be. But right now, I just want you to understand that. So make sure you go back to translate this so you understand what we're going to do. Okay, so where did that go? Okay, so what we're going to do today is yesterday, we learned about the angles inside the triangle, right? And that they all add up, x plus y plus z equals 180 degrees. Okay, so today we're going to learn about the length, how long these are, not inside, not that, but how long they are. So what's the distance from here to here? The distance from here to here. So what we can do is we can get a ruler, and let's see how this works. So that we can measure it, right? Distance from here to here. Not the angle, but the distance. Okay, so that's what we're going to learn about today. And so that's the goal. Okay. Okay, but first, the first 5 questions are going to be a review what you learned. So let's go ahead and do those first. Let's go to the lesson, and questions 1 through 5 are warm up or review. So this one, these 5 we did before. So try them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys try. I don't want to show you that. I want to let you guys try questions 1 through 5. Okay, hold on one sec. So I'm going to go like this. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and try 1 through 5 because these are a review of what you've already learned. Okay, so if you want to pause the video, you can then come back here and I'll show you the equations you can get to be able to solve for x. Okay, so if you want to pause the video, pause it now. Okay. Let me see. Okay, go like this. Okay, so anyway, there's number 1. If you tried number 1, you should know that this angle plus this angle plus this angle, the sum of the interior angles of a triangle equal 180. So you should get that equation, and I'll let you solve for x. Number 2, same thing here. So this would be your equation. So if you want to try question number 3 and come back and see if it matches. Number 3 is going to be this one. This is kind of a tough one, but you have to go through this process here. You have to get this angle and this angle. These two are vertical, so this is equal to that. But this angle here, which I start by making 180 and add 150 to it, plus x, those two equal 180. They're supplementary. So then this would be expressed as that. So then I put this plus this plus this equals 180. So that's your equation. The next one is parallel line. So I take this one and I move it up there. So that's what we did before. And then I set up this equation. That would mean that they are supplementary. They equal 180. And finally, for number 5, I move this one up there, but it's the same angle, so they would be equal. Okay, so I'll let you solve for x. And if you have questions, let me know. Something new. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to find the missing side of each triangle, okay? So go ahead and translate this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to find the missing side of each triangle. So go back and translate this, which is what we're going to do now. And that's this part right here, okay? So let's see. We're trying to do is we're trying to find x. X is not an angle. It's not an angle. It's the length of the side of the triangle, okay? Now, if the triangle has 90 degrees like this and this, it's a special kind of triangle, and we're going to learn about that. So let's go back. I want you to go to this one, right? This website right here, Right Angle Triangles. Open up on that. And it talks about right angles. So go ahead and do that. If you need to translate it, you can translate over there. Japanese if you want, but whatever language, okay? So I want you to read through these. And there's a few important things about it. And that is the sides of a right triangle, like that. So I want you to read that. And this is very important right here. C is always the longest side, which is opposite of the right triangle, okay? So go ahead and read through this. Okay, and it tells you that what the equation is, okay? So basically, this is the important thing right down here. This is the equation right in there that tells you about the sides of a right triangle. So C is always this one, opposite this, okay? And it gives you an example, finding C. How do you find C? So go over this example right there, okay? And here's another one. I want you to go over this example right here. Here it's different. So here, the C is you're trying to find it, but you have the legs. These are called the legs. So those can be A or B. This can be A or B. This can be A or B, but this can only be C, okay? Here, this 15 has to be C. It has to be C. 9 can be A or B. So that's what they did. So look at the work on it. And I'm going to go ahead and go over one with you, okay? Okay, I'm going to start with number 8, okay? And for number 8, we're going to try to find x. Now, the important thing is this, the formula. I always write it down, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So which one's c? C is always opposite. So where you find the square, split it on the opposite side, that's going to be the c. So in this case, x is squared. So that means that this can be a or b, so 3 squared plus 4 squared equal x squared. So let's get out our calculators. So if you want to do squared of 3 squared, you can go 3 squared, which is this one, plus 4 squared, and you get 25, okay? Actually, if you go 3 squared, it's going to be 9, and 4 squared is going to be 16. So together, they are 25 equals x squared. But that's x squared. We need just only x, okay? So how do we get rid of this right here, okay? Well, we have to go like that. It's called square root, and we get x. But we have to do this side too. So on the calculator, you go like this. You have 25 squared. So where's my calculator? There it is. So I'm going to go clear. So I have to go on your calculator, you go second squared right here, 25, enter, and you get 5. So that's the answer for that one. Okay, so that is equal to 5. Sorry, I'm all the way down here. So the answer for this x right here is 5. So what I want you to do is I want you to try number 9 and then come back and I'll show you the solution. Okay, so 9 squared plus 12 squared. 9 squared is 81. 12 squared is 144. And again, I'll show you on the calculator. So I'm going to go clear. So 9 squared is, enter, is 81. And what was the other one? And 12 squared. Okay, so let's go back to this. And then 12 squared, enter. So that's 144. But we can do it together at the same time. We go 9 squared plus 12 squared, enter, is equal to 225. Okay, so that's where we're at. But now we need to find x squared. So remember, we want x squared, x, not x squared. So we're going to go like that. That will make this equal to x. And then 225 is going to be, so I go second squared 225, enter, and that's 15. Okay, so that's your answer on that. Okay, so that's going to be 15. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to have, what happens if we get a question like number 7? 7's a little bit different because here we have, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, here we have the c. Before we didn't have the c, so this time we have to put 13 there. So it's going to be 13 squared. So it's going to be 12 squared plus b squared. So now we're going to be solving x is either a or b. Okay, so we've got this, but now we need to solve for b because this side is not the c, it's either a or b. So I made it b. So you have to take this and square it. You can use your calculator if you want. So 13 squared is 169. So let's go back over to this. So this is 169. 12 squared would be 144 plus b squared. So now I have to do a little bit of algebra. So minus 144 minus 144. And that means that b squared equals, if I do this on my calculator, it's 25. So then I have to go square root. So b is equal to 5. Okay, so that one is equal to 5. So that's how you do those. Sometimes you are given C. Sometimes I give you C. This is C, right? Okay, but sometimes, oh wait, I'm sorry. This one they give you C, but the first two I did, they don't give you C. So it's easier when they don't give you C because then you just take a squared plus b squared. Okay, okay, so there's that. Okay, so sometimes you get some numbers that have decimals. That's okay. It's still the same process. So this one would be 8.5. So the c is this one. We're solving for the c. So we're going to try to find c squared. 8.5 squared plus 9.6 squared. No problem. Okay, so I go 8.5 squared plus 9.6 squared, enter. So I get 164.41. Okay, and then I take the square root. Okay, so I go, whoops, second, sorry, let me clear this out. You got to go second square root 164.41, and I hit enter, and I get 12.8. By the way, this C is also the X, right? That's this X that I want. So I get 12.82 equals C or X equals X. So that would be this one. So no problem. Okay, here would be the same situation, but remember, here we have the C, so we're going to have to do a little bit of algebra. So you can try that one out. Finally, the last kind of question is this one. Okay, so make sure if you want a translation to come back here, but we're going to see if each triangle is a triangle, right triangle, okay? So remember, right triangles, this is the important part of it. Right triangles, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? So let's take, I'm going to start with 15. Let's try that one. So we know that's the c. This can be a or b. So let's try this. Does 6 squared plus 8 squared equal 10 squared? I know you know how to do it on the calculator. So if you did it on the calculator, this would be 100 and this would be 100. So yes, both sides are equal. Let's try this one. So we did 6 squared plus 8 squared. Does that equal 11 squared? Well, we already know that's 100. It's the same, so we get 100. But if we do this on our calculator, we get 121. So no, they're not. So the answer would be no. Here would be yes. So that's how you do the last one. So go ahead, finish up your document and come back and make sure that you enter your answers here and hit submit. And that's how you do today's assignment.